Good morning, traders. Today is the 11th of November. My name is Neville Hornsey, market analyst for YouTrading, and today I'll be looking at the British pound. Okay, first of all, I want to start with the YouTrading.com Forex heat map. Bottom left-hand corner is red, top right-hand corner is green. So that signifies to me a risk-off day today. We're moving out of the New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar, and Aussie, and we're moving into the likes of the pound all the way through the yen and the US dollar especially. Going to the active trader platform, here we've got the British pound versus US dollar, currently in a bear trend. We're making lower lows and lower highs. We look to the sentiment indicator on the active trader platform, 77% of traders are actually bullish the pound versus US dollar. So yesterday we had the US CPI showed inflation was rising. That obviously means that yields go up, and that's generally dragging the US dollar higher too. But then we had a failed we had a disappointing US 30-year bond auction, and that also pushed yields higher. So the US dollar absolutely zoomed out of its sort of range. I'll just show you quickly on this chart. So you can see here on the daily, yesterday we broke out of this range on the US dollar. So the US dollar is pretty bullish at the moment. So if you're trying to go long the British pound versus US dollar, you might be in for a bit of a hard time, and people will be looking for your stops. They're generally going to be under these swing lows here. So we've got a swing low from, say, December 2020 as a good target. Just go to a candle chart. You can see that is a grinding rise from the September 2020 up to February 2021. So there's not a lot of market structure. We've gone through what was considered, old resistance. Tried to act as support, but now we broke through it. So that's now probably become resistance again. So 1.35 is resistance in my mind. And then, looking for more significant support, it's all the way down here at 1.2720. But there are areas where resistance had occurred before, which then became support. So maybe 1.315 is the ultimate target. But like I said, maybe targeting the liquidity below any sort of spiky candle lows here. All right, moving over to the euro versus the pound. Had said that after the Bank of England didn't raise rates, that we saw this big move into the euro versus the pound. Obviously, that was a great breakout, and then it was waited for the retest of this sort of pivot point here, and now we're looking for a continuation higher. UK GDP preliminary data came out. Not so good, but like we said, the Forex heat map is showing that there's been a move into the pound, but not quite into the pound versus US dollar. So still think that's going to go higher. And then also last week, we were discussing the British pound versus New Zealand dollar. And now we said the New Zealand dollar is under a lot of pressure and the pound is actually gaining strength today. So if we've got a big green candle today, they're still below the 20 EMA, still below some significant swing lows from 2021 April here and 2021 September here. So market structure, momentum, all pointing down. Today is a good start for the British pound versus New Zealand dollar. But if we go down to, say, a 30-minute candle chart, on the daily, we're below the 20 EMA, so we're still bearish momentum, bearish market structure. And I said last week that every time the breakout post the Asia Pac session, so the Asia Pac session here, low volume session, low volume range, that's what I've marked out in these boxes. If we get a breakout to the downside, we're looking for either an aggressive breakout or waiting for a classic retest of that break level. Here, obviously, Asia Pac session was actually quite extended. We didn't get a decent breakout, so no aggressive breakout. So also no return to that level. So there's no classic retest. So no trade there, no trade here because it popped out to the upside. Here we were above the moving averages. So again, no trade. But I also mentioned that if we did get markets that were, overlapping. So we had this yesterday and the day before overlapped the Asia Pac session. And then if we do this one here, it becomes like a larger profile essentially. So now we can start to put some levels to keep an eye on. So when this level here breaks, I'm just going to make it a bit thicker so you can see it. So that's 1.896. So we just call it 1.896. 6 to 7. So when that level breaks, we're looking for like, decent fall to the downside. And then also we want to see a continuation below this low. So again, make it a bit stronger. And if we take, our risk with using this one, so if we want a risk to reward of 1 to 2. So that takes us down to 1.8720. So if we do get a break lower here, your stop loss can go above this swing high, and then you'll be targeting all the way back down here as a decent risk to reward trade to the downside. Okay, hopefully that makes sense, and you've got a better idea of what the British pound could be doing later on today. It is Veterans Day in the US. It's bank holiday there. The markets are open, but there's no news, so I'm not expecting a big move in the British pound versus US dollar. So just waiting to see if we can see weakness return to the pound across the other pairs. All right, good luck, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.